We in the dirt. Yours truly, DJ Spur De Niro, live at Emilio's, man. It's all about that golden mic showcase. Shout out to my homie Chill Will. Make sure you follow him on social media at ChillWill804, man. We've been doing this since the 534 days. Me, shout out to my homie DJ Ray Vaughn, way back before we was on the radio, you feel me? Then we took it to shots like 2012, 2013, 2014, and he's keeping it going. 804 to 757. Chill Will is a street plug.
We out here with the motherfucking baddest bartender in the motherfucking 804. Nigga, this is Brittany right here. Live, Richmond Coliseum, DJ Xposed, Snoop Dogg, turn up.
N-I-G-R is also pronounced as Niger. Africans today in what we call Niger, they don't pronounce it as Niger, they pronounce it as Niger.
You already know what time it is, man. Your boy Chill Will, Team Chill Xposed TV, man. 48 Karat in the building, man. Shout out to my homeboy Hollywood, man. Recording this. We doing it big, man. We about to roll up in the Richmond Coliseum for the Up and Smoke tour. The big homie Snoop Dogg, motherfucking also starring Boom 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 Bone Thugs and Harmony. They in the building. You know what I'm saying? You already know the OG veteran DJ Quick, and also that homeboy. Who the last person that's on the list? Hold up, DJ Quick. Yeah, I'm gonna give you some surprise in the last one. Pull up. We down here recording now. About to walk to the Coliseum. Shout out to the homeboy that's putting it all together for me. The homeboy Max Payne. You know what I'm saying? Salute to him. You see what I'm saying? We out here. You know what I'm saying? Up and Smoke tour. Just like I know they gonna be in Kentucky tomorrow. So you know what I'm saying? We catch them in Richmond. So right now we about to go ahead, walk to the Coliseum, see where we at. You see what I'm saying? We about to come up here. Y'all check us out. Come rock with us. Team Chill, Xposed TV. Before they occur, let's go. It's your boy Chill Will, man. We out here with the motherfucker, with the squad. Introduce yourself, man.
What up, man? It's KB, man. This is Mac.
All right. Yeah. What's up, man? Who y'all favorite artists, man? Who y'all come out here to see tonight, man?
I just want to see Snoop. You know what I'm talking about? Get a little reefer smoke in my clothes. Yeah, you know. Look, you came to see Snoop rocking. You know. Okay. And then get up out of here. I mean, be safe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Quick question. Who are you coming to see, man?
Snoop Dogg and Afro Man.
Oh, Afro Man. Because I got. And okay, what about you? Who's your favorite artist? Snoop Dogg. Okay, high five. Let's go. All right, see y'all in there. Y'all have a good time. All right, thank y'all then.
Chill Will.
Oh my God.
Chill Will.
Baby.
What's up, baby?
Pretty girl. You better get on your Facebook. Look, we out here with the motherfucking baddest bartender in the motherfucking 804. Nigga, this is Brittany right here and her squad. This is Xposed TV. We out here. Gang. Look, who y'all favorite artists y'all come to see tonight? Who y'all come?
Snoop. How about you?
John, what's your favorite song?
California look.
Gin and juice. See? Gin and juice?
Me too. I don't even like it. Well, I represent Compton, so that's the only thing.
Okay.
The city is
1, 2, 3 until the 4.
Yeah.
Dog, the praise, that's the joke. Veteran in the 804, man, right here, always Las Vegas, doing all types of big shit. You know that shit, you already know. He the man with the keys. Y'all make sure y'all check him out, man.
Yeah, Big Max here, all the way from Las Vegas and Richmond, representing Vegas Palm Blunts, of course. And Vegas Palm Gold. So when you're in Vegas, check out Vegas Palm Blunts 100%. My man Snoop Dogg and the whole crew, that's how we doing it. Stay tuned to win free tickets to Snoop Dogg. Log on Filmz.com live. Peace out.
Let's go. Hey. If you know the words, sing along if you know the words. I go on and on. I'm gonna say the superpowers of rap 200. And get it calculated, do the math. I made 1,000 songs to make you move your ass. And for the last 300 months, I made 16,000 with me on the front. And they bum. When you get your beats, I heard 93 rappers say bitch like me. 2 seconds and take 80 years. And I still know better than the taste CBA. What's my favorite word? Why you can't say it like sure? You know you can't play on my code, you can't hang with the big dog. Stay on the front, the blood will whistle. Blood will motherfucking whistle. Blood will whistle. How we? Does somebody say bitch? Say ho. Say ho. Now scream.
To the heat up sound, fucking dance, make it bump, and that's from on the fan. I got the sound for your weakness, and it's easy to see that. Can I get it where I get it? Sit in, listen, let me conversate better yet, regulate shit to stop with my hey, hey, cause I don't like to dream about getting paid. I play ball through the heart. Now CIS for Snoop Dogg's big brother, call him dirt and death. Rack 'em up, stack 'em up against the gate. The homies trying to catch me, but they can't. Wait, dang. The street lights just came on, and my mama's in the streets telling me to come home. I hit the gate and I hops on my swing, and I tell my homies, alright then, yeah, it's kinda easy when you listen to the G-Up sound. Pioneer speakers bumping, that's a smoke on the ground. I got the sound for your ass, and it's easy to see. It's kinda easy when you listen to the G-Up sound. Pioneer speakers bumping, that's a smoke on the pound. I got the sound for your ass, and it's easy to see.
Live, Richmond Coliseum, DJ Xposed, Snoop Dogg, turn up.
Right here in Richmond, Virginia, on the Puff Puff Passport. Get high with y'all motherfuckers.
Hey, yo, so check this out, Virginia, check this out. If you're a real Brothers of Harmony motherfucking family member, you know what I'm saying? We don't have fans, we got family. So everybody family in this motherfucker tonight. So check this out. All of my Brothers family members, I want to see if y'all remember some shit like this. So yeah, it's something I remember, my nigga. Let's go, let's go. Oh, go. Everybody get your ones up like this. Get your motherfucking ones up. All my hustlers in the building, let's go. Drop this shit. Let's go.
somebody and I tell me why. I don't wanna die. I got people. Everybody get the hands up on camera. See you later. So you won't be lonely. So you won't be lonely. See you at the crossroads. You won't be lonely. So you won't be lonely. See you at the crossroads. You won't be lonely. You won't be lonely. See you at the crossroads. You won't be lonely. You won't be lonely. Hey yo, thank y'all for having us. Thanks for supporting Bone Thugs in Harmony. If y'all had a good time with me and my niggas, make some motherfucking noise. Get this thing poppin'. Make sure y'all hit that bar, get your drink on. We got to the bartenders, man. Making sure everybody get right.
Hey, need a brick house on the hill, my pack on vacuum seal.
Nigga, man, come on there, raw beat, nigga. Y'all got me turned.
Need a brick house on the hill, my pack on vacuum seal. Got a new bitch wearing heels and my strap it ain't concealed. Chasing meals, give me chills, big face bills, give me thrills. From the heart of Richmond City, I won't pop just like these pills. Need a brick house on the hill, my pack on vacuum seal. Got a new bitch wearing heels and my strap it ain't concealed. Chasing bills, give me chills, big face bills, give me thrills. From the heart of Richmond City, I'm gon' pop just like these pills. Chasing this money, I can't get enough. Ayy, that's why my pockets stay stuffed. Ayy, that's why your bitch you won't fuck. Ayy, that's why my pistol stay stuck. Reppin' this city, I got this shit locked. Bustin' down big blocks. Stupid dank, that's all in my sock. Crazy buzz fit, that's all that I rock. I've been trippin' so long that this shit get ridiculous. Hey, smoking no gas, this shit be my remedy. Hit the ABC, need a big bottle of the Hennessy. They go straight to the room with a naked ass bitch. Poppin' on hella the essence. I done came way too far. I done brought a brand new car. Shining like a brand new star. I done went way too hard. Smoking this bone on Earth, but I woke up on Mars. I want a house on the hills, but I'ma bring my squad. Need a brick house on the hill, my pack on vacuum seal. Got a new bitch wearing heels and my strap it ain't concealed. Chasing meals, give me chills, big face bills, give me thrills. From the heart of Richmond City, I won't pop just like these pills. Need a brick house on the hill, my pack on vacuum seal. Got a new bitch wearing heels and my strap it ain't concealed. Chasing bills, give me chills, big face bills, give me thrills. From the heart of Richmond City, I'm gon' pop just like these pills. From the heart of Richmond City, so I'm throwing up my youth. Ain't never gave a fuck, I don't know about you. Every time they see the beat, real niggas they salute. Cause they already know I keep my heat in a Dickie suit. Hey, came out for Zanes, they sell no work. House on the hills, backyard full of perk. Hey, counting this money, my fingers still hurt. Hey, try to take what's mine, your face in the dirt. Me and my niggas came up from rags to riches. In the hotel with the baddest bitches. I already know that I get the money. After that, I gotta flip it. Get it in, get it on, gotta pitch it. Hey, straight from the south uptown to Richmond. Need a brick house on the hill, my pack on vacuum seal. Got a new bitch wearing heels and my strap it ain't concealed. Chasing meals, give me chills, big face bills, give me thrills. From the heart of Richmond City, I'm gon' pop just like these pills. Need a brick house on the hill, my pack on vacuum seal. Got a new bitch wearing heels and my strap it ain't concealed. Chasing bills, give me chills, big face bills, give me thrills. From the heart of Richmond City, I'm gon' pop just like these pills. Need a brick house on the hill, my pack on vacuum seal. Got a new bitch wearing heels and my strap it ain't concealed. Chasing meals, give me chills, big face bills, give me thrills. From the heart of Richmond City, I'm gon' pop just like these pills.
Lil B, Bedrock B, you already know, man. Get that shit up, man. Real talk. You already know, man.
I just completed a 5-year study on this word, on the 3 words: Negro, nigger, N-I-G-G-E-R, and nigga, our word, N-I-G-G-A. Traveled everywhere. I looked in the Noise Museum, the Noise Museum in Berlin. I looked at well, of course, the British Museum and the VA Museum in London. We went over to the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, including the British Library as well. I'm trying to remember, my name's escaping. I got all these museums in my head right now, but in France, the Louvre was great. Went to the Louvre, dug up information there. The reason I mentioned the library, the museums, is because here's where you see real niggas, which is the title of my book. The book is called Real Niggas, a look at institutionalized racism through the N-words. Words with an S. What we really want to see is institutionalized racism. Let's see how that really works in our lives today. But the way to see it is to look at the word nigger, because this is the only word in the English language that's treated like a nigger. The word nigger, N-I-G-G-E-R, people say the common thought is that it comes from the Spanish negro. When I went to Spain, that was not the case. Barcelona has a whole different information on that. This is American folklore. To believe that negro is nigger is from negro, which comes from the Spanish. That's folklore. When you go to Spain, the word negro comes from the word nigger. Nigger is first. Because the word nigger, N-I-G-R, is the Latin of the word negro. The Spanish negro comes from the Latin nigger, N-I-G-R, and it didn't mean black. It meant the time. It meant dawn or dusk. It meant becoming black, whether in the morning or becoming black at night, or coming out of black in the morning or going into black at night.
The existence of darkness, in other words.
The existence of darkness. Nigger. Nigger, N-I-G-R, is also pronounced as Niger. Africans today in what we call Niger, they don't pronounce it as Niger, they pronounce it as Niger. Niger is a French word. Where we get the word nigger from is not from the Spanish, it's from the French. The French had a thing called vulgar Latin, common Latin, people's Latin. First of all, Latin, okay, is a language that influences or creates, to most extent, Spanish, French, Portuguese, English, even parts of German took it. This kind of thing.
The so-called romance languages.
Right? The so-called romance languages, that's right. And so these languages are Latin-based languages. But Latin takes its cue from Sanskrit. And not only from Sanskrit, but from all the surrounding Mediterranean nations. Rome was created by dark-skinned Italians, lighter-skinned Italians. Actually, dark-skinned Italians were called the Sabines or Sabians. They were dark-skinned Yemenese people, Africans from Yemen. They were the first in Italy, in what was called Italy. Then you got Central Europeans mating with them, living amongst them. That's the other That's the other Italians that are called Latinos. The original speakers of Latin. Okay, these Central Europeans messing around with these black Yemenese people. These two people link up with the Etruscans, a multiracial group of people as well, multi-mixed people. These three people create Rome. Rome takes all their languages and creates Latin. Even Greek language is thrown in there too. So Latin is all these Mediterranean languages, African languages, Greek languages. Anybody trading with Rome? Rome's just eating up people's languages, eating up people's cultures. Just, you know, just taking on stuff. They come up with the word Niger, Niger, nigger, and nker. Nker. You don't say nigger, it's nger. Nger. You gotta do nger. Okay? They take all of that and come up with this word NGR. The Punic Wars with the Carthaginians around the 200s BC. They had 3 wars. In the 200s BC, they're fighting blacks in Europe. They're trying to kick us out of Europe. Black folk, the Carthaginians, the Phoenicians, we run in the whole Mediterranean. The whole thing. Master navigators, sailing everywhere. Circumnavigated the whole planet, doing trade everywhere.
Okay.
Romans are nothing.
Just the Moors running town. The Moors.
No, this is way before Moors.
Okay.
Moors don't exist yet.
Okay.
Islam didn't invade the Berbers yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is before all that. They're AD. We're talking BC. BC, before Christian era, Rome creates an entire empire based on all the people of its region. Black folk were Romans. White folk, Romans. And as a matter of fact, back then there were no real white people. What we call white people today is a real early invention of inbreeding. Certain white people got together and said, we'd rather make children with our daughters and sisters than make children with these black people, these darker race people who we defeated in war. Which is why we don't want to do that. We wanted their trade routes. We were the master trade. We had trade routes. So Rome wanted the trade routes. So Rome started taking other black people out of our culture that felt disgruntled and wasn't getting their fair due. And they used them to fight against the Carthaginians, black on black. Carthaginians fight a crazy war, okay? They were winning until the Romans took Carthaginian war techniques. Carthaginians had the boats. They was destroying Romans with our ships. One ship, the Carthaginians lost one ship. They lost, like one ship broke or something and started sinking on its own.
Okay.
They abandoned it. The Romans took that ship and copied an entire fleet.
Wow.
From that one ship, came back to the Carthaginians, wiped them out. From this point on, being black is not the end thing. Romans who were black side with whites now. Because it's war.
Yeah, exactly.
I fought against these people. I'm not, it wasn't really racial. It was political. I fought against these people. So why am I going to now mate with you? Let me mate with my white folk, who I just fought with, died with.
Exactly.
So now you get this separation. Okay, black people still run in Europe. Remember, our trade routes is 10,000 years old. You don't wipe that out in a few hundred years.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wow.
Still running shit. Now, around, you can go to 600 AD. Arabs start coming in, invading everything. Peaceful black people used to be protected by the Carthaginians, Phoenicians, so on. It was peaceful black tribes, unarmed, no weaponry, no need for it. No prisons, no word for prisons, no word for jail, no word for crime, no word for none of that. Weapons, gun, none of that. It didn't exist in our concept of humanity.
Can I ask a question? Where did the Nagas come in this?
The Nagas?
Yeah.
You taking me back now?
Is it before all of this?
Yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Way before.
Way before. Naga, see, you just derailed the whole deal. Let me sidetrack because the ancestors are talking through you. So the Naga starts off ancient civilization. that's being called that. These people split off and become what we call the Indians in India today. The word Naga came into India not as a word, but as a symbol, which was the snake or the serpent. The Kundalini, which is, I ain't even gonna get into that because that's their metaphysical, spiritual, whole deep thing in there, the Kundalini, but it's important to say. The life force represented by the serpent. So the black folk walking around with the serpent, the symbol was their symbol of life. There's also another reason for the serpent, that when you take certain hallucinogens, medicinal plants like peyote or ayahuasca and so on, you see the serpent. And the serpent talks to you and tells you all kinds of craziness that you then take and use in real life. Every indigenous tribe speaks of this serpent. There was a book called DNA and the Cosmic Serpent, Jeremy Collins. He writes about how what he found out living amongst people and taking taking ayahuasca himself. He said that the snake beings that you see, that's what he calls this snake, these serpent beings that you see, is DNA. It's you bring your consciousness down to the double. What is interpreted as the double helix is what you see when you take that ayahuasca. Now ayahuasca is everywhere. We live in prison, so we don't have it growing like right over there. But if you was in your original state, you walk down the street, ayahuasca right there. Boom, you hit that, you see the snake. Snakes start talking. Yo, this is what's going to happen in the future. This is what happened in your past. This is who you really are. Here's what you got to say to your mother. Yo, you're going to have a son in 3 days. Yo, you're going to do that. This is what Snake is telling you, how to heal yourself, all this. So Africans are walking around with the Naga. They put it on their head. Pharaohs of Egypt still carry the tradition. They have 2 Nagas. They have the cobra and like a grass serpent. The cobra is Kushite. The grass serpent is Egyptian, or what would become the rival Kushite community, which we call Kemet. Nubia, wait a minute, there's all these names. Kush is what Egyptians call these black people. Nubia is what Romans call the same black people. So Kush and Nubia are the same people. Okay? Kemet is what Egypt called itself. KMT. Kemt is what they call themselves. Egypt is Greek. Greek word. So all these unnamed people are getting names by foreigners that are invading them. Kush is constantly invaded by these people that call themselves Kemet. But these people from Kemet are Kushites. The oldest civilizations.
They fighting each other,
Huh?
They fighting each other.
Yeah. 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 The Egyptians, the reason there's a Kush and in Egypt is because somebody in Kush broke off and said, we ain't Kush no more.
North and South Egypt? That's
Yes.
Separated.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. That separation wouldn't come until Rome. Rome comes 300 AD and they split Upper and Lower Egypt. And back in the days, there was no separation. There was no separation. There was something called the Negus. The Ethiopian king, or the Ethiopian ruler.
You said Negus.
The Negus. Negus. The Negus, where the word nigger really comes from. The Negus was the emperor, the Ethiopian ruler of the world. The rightful king of the earth and queen of the earth was called the Negus. And it comes from the word Ungus. Some even trace it back to the Ankh, even. These are the oldest It's not even rulers of the earth. I would have to say servants of the earth, because back then the king was the servant. The highest person in the society was the one serving the society and managing the land. So when you think king, don't think warrior king. Think a servant. Think of somebody who's like a true public servant. Person serving the community. They go out, hunt buffalo, hunt whatever. They come back, they feed their community. Like that. So, and by the way, Ethiopia is the birthplace of humanity. So out of Ethiopia, you get the first kings. And they called themselves the Negus. White Europeans later on would take that word Negus and destroy it, because that's who they wanted to destroy, calling us Neggers. The word was Negger, N-E-G-A-R first. Neggers is what they called us first. From Negus. That's their bastardization of the term that they heard. So they start calling us that. The sick part to it is that because they called us niggers derogatorily, we feel that the word nigger is derogatory toward us because we're trained by white colonists. If we would think outside of their interpretations, you would see that no word is really offensive. No word. You give meaning to words. Words don't give meaning to you. So, go back now, the Naga civilization, snakes. The pharaoh sitting there with the cobra, the grass snake. These are the two kingdoms fighting each other. The cobra winds up going into India, called the Naga. They only use one, called the Naga. It's the cobra. The Naga was according to Hinduism, the Nagas was a real people, black people, that protected the Buddha. In fact, before Buddha, it's Krishna. The Nagas were with Krishna. Krishna means black. That's where I get my name from. Krishna. This is what KRS is from. It means black. Krishna is surrounded by what is called the Nagas, cobras. When Buddhism comes in, which is really Hinduism, Buddhism comes into play, you always see the Buddha surrounded by his Nagas, which are 7 cobras that protect him. These are black people, symbolized in these ways.
Sometimes they're blue, right?
Sometimes they, come on now. Oh man, don't talk about blue. That's the indigo right there. All the original gods were painted blue. Okay, we're not going there. That's too long. Naga. The Naga continues on. Everybody respecting the snake, respecting the cobra, respecting this symbol of immortality, which is what it was. Immortality, fertility. The snake shed its skin. It's like it never died. It looked like it died, but it didn't. This kind of thing. I have a theory that the reason the snake was also used and it shed its skin is because Africans were always shedding their skin. Africans were producing humanity. But we don't live in this time no more. But back then, there were Africans that were producing white people. Albinoid Africans. Africans without melanin. It's a mutation of African genes. I don't want to say it's not a disease, it's not a virus, but it's a mutation. It's a mutation. It's not normal. It's abnormal. You have black Africans producing white babies, albinoid Africans. But when they produce these albinoid Africans, the chief would kill them. Imagine the mother. Imagine you give birth to this baby, baby come out white. And you know that if the king sees this baby, they're going to say, nope, this is an abnormal birth. Kill it. That's what Africans were doing. Kill it. Matter of fact, the Romans accused the Phoenicians of being baby killers. Because the Phoenicians would kill kids indiscriminately. Like if you was born with the wrong teeth, you were killed. Born with the wrong skin color, killed. Born without the right hair, killed. Born, this is Africa, okay? So your baby come out white. They killing them. Centuries later, they say, okay, we're not gonna kill him. You go into exile.
Hey, we're gonna get this done one more time, man. You know what I'm saying?
I got y'all over here with me.
Snoozy. I just turned 20, by the way, last week.
Man, it's me, soul. You gotta hit this with that soul.
They might say I'm rapping like the gospel. Third eye open, I'm seeing like an apostle. Running to accomplishments, gotta get it colossal. Middle school days, it used to be Aeropostale. And crush white flays, it looked like I'd done a lot to. Appearance wasn't my focus, it was more about the plot to the top. See my granny struggling, ain't always talk to my pops. Cause he was in the street, making money trying to get me something to eat. If he ain't do nothing else, at least he would teach. When I was young, I used to hate when he preached. Cause he got loud, I used to think he was beast. He was teaching me how to really be a man in these streets. They won't respect if you don't stand when you speak and you just running your mouth. My people know I keep it thorough from the north to the south, east and west. RVA, we do it the best. I just had to put this shit to the test. We'll bag it like this, don't need no stretch. This shit raw like the mic underneath for the mesh. Cause I ain't just talking money, clothes, and my need for the sex. I'm trying to teach my people we can be execs. All we gotta do is treat it like fetch and chase it. Play games like chess, that's life adjacent. Monopoly, go run up a check. Hoes calling like Mobamba and Shaq. Damn, I'm flowing like the blood from the chest of a nigga who was blessed but couldn't tell cause he was stressed by the system that oppressed his people since the beginning of time. Made his destiny 3 strikes from a 9. R.I.P. my brother Blowski, he ain't get enough time. So I'm living like my time on a dime. I ain't tripping if I don't get in the line. Just from my heart, just the way I get this shit off my mind. I've been living divine, no more breaking my spine, no more pork, answer straight from the source. I'm trying to do events fully endorsed, trying to get these boys off the streets and into the sports. We in the belly of the beast, he swallowed every resource. He said he never gon' spit it out. Niggas never getting out. Nigga, what you talking about? I'ma always find a way. Whether something I gotta do or fine I gotta pay. But I never sell my soul, I never be they slave. A young nigga 804, the city born and raised. It's hard to get out, the city be like a maze. When you got so much pain and you meditate with the haze and your mind steady racing, you realize it's been days that you've been thinking, dreaming instead of making a change. So I got up and took these deep thoughts from my brain and put them on the page. Got them asking what's my age. I'm only 19, but I spit with the rage of a pharaoh who knows his history's been changed. I'm hitting shit with an arrow, calling the spade a spade, cause it's real out here. Niggas get killed out here with spears out here, thrown from the hills out here. Niggas will never see it clear out here. We are heartless, but that's where it all starts. You just gotta find yourself, don't let them take your soul. Spread the blinds out yourself, then your dreams can be gold. Nigga, fuck them Gucci belts. Get something with your name on it, generate the wealth so you can leave it. Cause when they all standing in a circle and they grieving, they gon' need it.
Scorpion from Brooklyn. I do represent the Jamaican island population because I am Jamaican, but you don't know who represent
Bonfire!
Yeah. So, you know, it's my first time here and I'm loving the vibes, so you don't know we're going to drop a song called Mental. So it's a reggae vibe, so you just might go to that, alright? Drop that. It's so pretty, Callum. When you say upgrade and money, because pretty dogs out of style. My mental turn up, me love me upgrade the thing, and I just nobody ready, but my brain I carry the swing. Turn up, it's not enough to be pretty, I be smart and sexy, can't balance on it. Turn up, me love me upgrade the thing, and I just nobody ready, but my brain I carry the swing. Turn up, it's not enough to be pretty, I be smart and sexy, can't balance. I'm in the minority, not because I'm a real, but the way over brain process, it gives me the authority. To strive to my best, 100% best. No bad money to me thing. Work hard to when me up to the man, them a bring. Both body and not enough to be pretty, I'll be smart and sexy, can't balance my hair. Turn up, me love me upgrade the thing, and I just my body ready, but my brain I can't swing it. Turn up, it's not enough to be pretty, I'll be smart and sexy, come on. Yes, me have a pretty face, small waist, good taste, head like clear like it. Me hotness I'm on your praise, like you smoke bad weed, and you walk up and down this scene. Whether you like it or not, stop your money right, then it's straight to the top. Nice with a pen when the beat can drop. And I go from 0 to 100 on this part, my mental turn up. Me love me upgrade the thing, and I just my body ready, but my brain I can't swing it. Turn up, it's not enough to be pretty, I'll be smart and sexy, can't balance my head. Turn up, me love me upgrade the thing, and I just my body ready, but my brain I can't swing it. Turn up, it's not enough to be pretty, I'll be smart and sexy, can't balance. I'm in minority, not because I'm a race, but the way all my brain process, it gives me the authority. We strive for my best 100% blessed. Nobody mind to me thing. Work hard to when me I'm still in man, them I bring. Both body and intelligence. I'm in man, them I'm mad, now they want me and me sing. My mental turn up. Me love me upgrade the thing, and I just my body ready, but my brain I try to swing it. Turn up. It's not enough to be pretty, I'll be smart and sexy, can't balance my mental turn up. Me love me upgrade the thing, and I just my body ready, but my brain I can't swing it. Turn up. It's not enough to be pretty, I'll be smart and sexy, can't balance my mental turn up. Me love me upgrade the thing, and I just my body ready, but my brain I can't swing it. Turn up. It's not enough to be pretty,
That's it, give me one more! Give me one more! Hold up!
Yeah. Hey, whoa. Hey, whoa. Something a little different for the rest of the crowd, you dig that? Gave you my all. Did it feel the same love in return? Come on. Went on my way, yeah. Yet it still managed to crash and burn. Vibe with me, let's go. Hey, made it seem like it was for me whole time. I knew that was my destiny. Always did what was good for you. Hey, but now I'm through. 'Cause I gotta put me first, be real with myself. Honesty hurt, fell for you, called you boo. Didn't know it go this way. You don't know. I packed my love up in a suitcase and I'm gone. Oh no, I let you know. I took the pain I got from you to write this song. Oh no, it was a misunderstanding. I was too blind to understand. I was lusting your physical. I had to be a man. Been through more than average, but you stayed by my side. Put us in situations. Now I realize where I belong. Fixing my wrong. Be satisfied. Know what I'm worth. Not qualified. Hey, where I belong. Fixing my wrong. Be satisfied. Know what I'm worth. And not qualified. You don't know what. I pack my love up in a suitcase and I'm gone. Hey, oh no, I let you know. I took the pain I got from you to write this song. Come on, let's go. Oh no, hey, vibe with me. You don't know. I pack my love up in a suitcase and I'm gone. Say what? Oh no, I let you know. I took the pain I got from you to write. Let's go. Hey, oh no, you don't know. That suitcase y'all can find that all over the world right now. All social media platforms, our digital distribution platforms.
hip hop's elements are innate to humanity. The original, when the colonists came to our shores, we were doing hip hop. Free people dance, draw, sing, and DJ, and DJ, not turntables, cutting, mixing, scratching.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's hip hop. Cutting, mixing, and scratching. Take that into paleoanthropology though. First humans cutting, mixing, and scratching. That's fire, clothes, first instruments. Cutting, mixing, and scratching. Taking a rock.
Shaving some wood down.
Shaving down the wood. Cutting, mixing. Putting this with that. That with that. This with this. Let's see if this works with that. This is ancient humanity. Wow. The oldest known art in the world is graffiti art. And scientists call it graffiti art. They ain't called nothing else. Graffiti is what they call it. And what's so interesting about hip hop in that sense is that all the elements relate to each other. DJing and MCing are audio. Yeah. Graffiti writing, graffiti writing and breaking are visual. Okay, hearing, seeing. Okay. In addition to that, I don't even know how to put beatboxing, which is really MCing. It's another version of MCing. Even it's the combination of MCing and DJing. Beatboxing. Yeah, it's what you do with your mouth, but you making music. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So this is what the first humans did. There's no instruments. There's nothing. It's your body making the music. Make the music with your mouth, bitch. Make the make the music. Yeah. With your mouth, not with your guitar, not with it. Make the music with your mouth. This is the first humans making music with their mouth. I went to Australia. Big up to the Aborigines. I sat down, had the didgeridoo blown on me from a priest. He blew the colonialism right off me. I was like, yo. Got there. These dudes they said, yo, we need to show you the original. I was like, yes, let's get this. Let's get it popping. Aboriginal dudes came out dressed in a loincloth, naked. Just covered up their shit, that's it. Paint all over the body. Young kids, old men. They start hitting the didgeridoo. Wow, 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 wow. First of all, this instrument's like 30,000 years old. Yeah. Okay. Wow, 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 wow. Boonk, 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 boonk. Wow, 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 wow. We up there like this, whole family. We all sitting there like, oh shit, we in some shit right now. They come out. They start imitating animals. Their dances was the imitation of animals. Aborigines told me this is the first dance ever. 70,000 years ago, he said, Chris, this is the first, I'm going to dance the first dance for you that they remember. They passed it down. Wow. They said, this is the first dance. They come out like this. They come out, wow, 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 and some little boys like this. And he's doing his hands like this, some doing like this. And they go into the beat of this wow, 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 wow. Amazing. But you can see where breaking comes from. We imitating animals. We imitating nature. The first language was like the chirping of birds. The Greeks wrote it down. They said they kidnapped 2 black women from Ethiopia. The first oracles, or they got the oracles of Delphi, the first oracles, the first psychics in Greece, 2 black women. And they said these women, their voice was like that of chirping birds. And when they learned Greek, they stopped chirping. Just like that. So imagine the first humans are talking like birds, lions, bears, whatever animal you was around, you're imitating them. And if you imitate them, that means you can speak to them.
Exactly.
Go to the Twa, the pygmies, known in Europe as leprechauns. Other places as elves. In Egypt, they were called the Bes, B-E-S. They danced for Osiris. They was Osiris's dancers. The Twa, little people. But these are master stonemasons, astronomers, agriculturalists. These are the dudes that populated Hawaii or the Polynesian South American area, not South America, South Pacific area. In South America, they're called the Manahone. Little people, the Nazca lines in South America, Easter Island, all that. This is them. There's a pygmy. Name escapes me. Pygmy, first pygmy brought to the United States by some white dude. Pygmy comes over to the United States. White dude is exploiting them. So white people can look at him and say, yo, look at this pygmy over here. You know what I'm saying? We got pygmies, y'all, from Africa. They got dude in a cage with animals. They got dude in the cage with animals. One day they put dude in the cage with a lion. And it was on display. Now imagine, you know how we go to we go to the zoo, and you will never think about going in that cage with that lion. Now that lion in that cage is sedated, probably claws don't even work. They done took the lion 2,000. Okay, that's a soft lion, and you don't even want to go in the cage. Okay, they put my man, this pygmy, they put him in the cage with the lion. They came back, they said he had the lion doing tricks. This is where the lion tamer concept comes from. White folk took that. You could actually train these things? Pygmies taught them that. Same pygmy, another time they mentioned, they wrote it down. They said there was an elephant in a carnival that was running around. The elephant trunk. They couldn't calm the elephant down. They was just about to shoot it with a tranquilizer. Pygmy came up. Stop! He went to the elephant and was like, the elephant went to sleep.
Wow.
Elephant went to sleep. This one just laid down, went right to sleep.
Wow.
White folks was like, whoa! How'd you do that? He couldn't explain it to him because it was cultural. He couldn't explain it. And they wouldn't have believed him anyway. So, you know, dude came and they made money. Pygmies was on display. They were getting cheese. They got pictures of these people. Man, I wish I could show you some of this stuff. They got pictures of these people in suits and ties. Pygmies came over here, just like we exploiting ourselves today. We call it rap. Okay, so I'm on stage rapping. Yeah, what it is. I'm getting money. We rapping. No, I'm exploiting myself. If you're looking from a neo-colonial point of view, or just a colonial point of view, no, you're on stage auctioning yourself. It's how you look at it. Now the pygmy was like, no, I'm not auctioning myself. I'm having fun here. There's pictures of them, they wanted cigars. They was smoking cigars. They had the big hat. They chilling like they was in the 30s. And they came and they loved America. It was like, yo, this place is hot. But they had to be exploited to be here. The story of black people. We like this place, but we got to be exploited to be here.